Like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Still got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the rest. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride till the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen the rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told them don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in a big league.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live here on February the 21st, 2022. Coming up on the 4 p.m. hour. I hope everybody's having an amazing day, a blessed day. Punch that like button on your way in. Make sure you let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. I know I've been down for about 4 or 5 days, and I appreciate y'all holding it down, giving me all the get well soons. Feel a lot better, man. I feel a whole lot better. Back up, back at it. We got a lot to talk about. You know, I missed quite a few days, so I get to have a stream where I try to cover as much as I possibly can, and give you all the content of what I think about what's been going on lately. We're going to talk about Tua's latest video. We're going to talk about the Patrick Surtain hire with Sam Madison. Also going to talk about the fullback they brought in, the 49ers wide receiver, Flores quote-unquote beef with Tua, and the I Am Athlete episode that dropped earlier today as well. Talk a little bit about what we learned in that. But hit that like button. Again, let your friends and family members know about the channel. I see the Fins Tailgate up in here. What's up? That's family. It's definitely family of the network. Y'all go check them out for sure. The Fins Tailgate. Larry K. Make sure you go check the homie out. So many Batman Geo Color. You got Mike on the mic. You got Miss Fins. Y'all make sure y'all go check everybody out, man. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody because I'm gonna be real mad later if I did. But yes, man, let's go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna sit here and hold you all day and not give you the great content. Let's talk about it. All things Miami Dolphins. First and foremost, I did miss this, that the Miami Dolphins hire Patrick Surtain to join Sam Madison in the secondary. I had mixed feelings about it. It's not been now. Sam Madison, that's proven. I mean, I see the work that he's put in the league. Patrick Surtain, on the other hand, I'm not so sure about it. I feel like it was also a part of a PR move, but it's nothing wrong with giving a guy a job and on top of it, getting his career started in the NFL as a coach, and hopefully he can bring a lot to the table as well. I'm not the biggest fan of all ex players because just because you're a great player doesn't mean you'll be a great coach. But I think this one is good for the Dolphins fan base. They just get a lot of familiarity that they already know in the building. And that's why I'm just like, hopefully this wasn't a PR move and they really feel like he can definitely help this secondary. And if they do, big ups to him. If it is a PR move, big ups to him. I mean, either way, it works. All right. It definitely works either way. All right. So we'll talk about the other hires as well in a little bit. But hey, Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison back in the building. I don't know, though. I keep telling y'all this gives me bad vibes. It's almost like because Sam Madison, I'm telling y'all, I feel like it's a legit hire. I feel like it is truly a legit hire. But it's like, are they setting up to move on from X and trying to get some guys in that could develop secondary or, move Needham or Coleman to the boundary if they can sign them because they're not even under contract? All of those things factored in. I don't know, but we'll find out. We will definitely find out, man. Theo Shellman with the donation, and we ain't even got 100 likes. Y'all hit that like button so we can keep going. Theo Shellman, even if golfing rebuilt Tua hips to the level of Shakira, he don't have the arm talent of a Mahomes to overcome not stepping to his throws. Hips don't lie. I mean, I can't disagree with that, but maybe he doesn't need the arm strength. Maybe he just needs to actually step into his throws. Maybe he need to refine those mechanics again because it was something that I was very impressed about with him coming out of college, his mechanics. And certain areas as of late have showed that to be one of his weak areas, and we need him to get back to what we know he can do. See, the mechanics as far as like some certain mechanics doesn't require the hip. And he needs to make sure he's executing those things on a consistent basis so that he can maximize his potential to be great. Y'all know my stance on Tua Tagovailoa, but at the end of the day, if they're going to give him a fair shot, then he gets a fair shot. He needs to put the work in and do what he needs to do. And we'll get on more of that in a moment. The Dolphins signed former Packers fullback John Lovett. In my opinion, I'm gonna tell you now, John Lovett is a project. I mean, all these people, I was sitting back, not feeling well, listening to everybody's takes and stuff. Oh my God, here comes the fullback, blah, 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 blah. This guy barely even seen the field. This guy's been injured, had a lot of injuries already in his career. He was injured with the Chiefs. He was an undrafted player. Then he was injured with the Packers. He tore his ACL. And he failed a physical last March and didn't even play last year. So let me help y'all understand that. We're talking about a guy who was injured with the Chiefs. And first, he was undrafted. He wasn't even a drafted player. He was an undrafted player who, when he got a chance, he was injured with the Chiefs. Then he got a chance and was injured with the Packers. He tore his ACL. Then they brought him back the very next year, and he failed his physical March 21st of last year. And he didn't even play this year. And we bring him in, and I'm hearing all these people, there goes the fullback. Stop. Please stop. We hope that he can stay healthy and actually become a fullback. There is no track record of having any belief in this move. But we'll sit back and we'll try to see what happens out of it. Maybe he has a good run on health, and maybe he plays well, and he can be a good fullback. And really, he played tight end too, just so you know. I mean, this man played multiple positions in college. I think he was a wide receiver, quarterback, tight end, all of those things in one, if I'm not mistaken. But at the end of the day, he was undrafted, like I said. Then he's had 2 injuries, major. Last one being his ACL. Then he came back a year later and couldn't even pass a physical and didn't even play this year. Another project, okay? If we can make something out of it, good. If not, they're going to move on. Heck, he might be off of the roster next week. Sometimes that's how it works. We'll see. We shall see, all right? All right, they also signed former 49ers wide receiver, Riven Kraft. This is a special teams guy. He also returns kicks. He's a return specialist, but primarily punts. And they signed him on a contract, $825,000, no guarantees. Another camp body. If he shines, like, oh, do we have something here? That's all. They're not making any moves, y'all. I mean, both of those moves may not even make the practice squad. And hear me again, they may not even make the practice squad. But this is the time of year they do a lot of that. They bring in a whole bunch of guys, and people get all, we signed this guy. It's nothing. It's nothing. All right. These are guys that have to prove themselves over and beyond just for us to really seriously consider them. Okay. That's just the reality. Okay. Let's get into some of the meat of what many of y'all probably want to talk about anyway. First of all, late last week, you didn't get to hear my take on it, but Flores said he never had any beefs with Tua and that there were crazy rumors. And the truth is, when you really think about it, Ross even said it. Ross said him and Tua, the firing had nothing to do with that. They didn't have an issue. Like I've been trying to tell y'all, people had made a lot of rumors up about Brian Flores to sell the fact of why he should have got fired or why it was about Tua. And we're gonna talk about that in a second. Michael with the donation said, TD, have you heard anything recently about Deshaun? Yeah, he's clearing his legal issues. That's all he's focused on. All he's focused on is clearing his legal issues, not which team wants him, because he doesn't care which team wants him. All that matters with that no trade clause is what team he wants to go to. So all these rumors, y'all already seen, they came out with the rumors about the Bucks and the Vikings. The agent came out and shot that down right away. He said all he focused on is his legal things, clearing those right now, which he is. He ain't worrying about no team, man. Well, reports are Deshaun Watson gave a short list of teams he would also consider. All of it came out to be a lie. I keep telling y'all they're all lies. Watson ain't worrying about no team right now because in about 2 to 3 weeks, when all this stuff hit the fan and it's all behind him, which about around that time is going to be, everybody going to crank up again. Who should get him? You're going to hear the Dolphins talking about it too. It's just going to be a mayhem. And at the end of the day, it's going to just simply be, where does Watson want to go? And that's where it's going to start. Where does Watson want to go? That's where it's going to start, ladies and gentlemen. So if he clears his legal issues and the NFL says, hey, we decided we're going to suspend you 4 games, then the floodgates open. Then Watson presents a short list to the Houston Texans of where he would want to go. And let me tell you how that process is going to play out. Yeah, I'm willing to go to Miami. I'm just going to throw some names out there. I'm willing to go to Miami. I'm willing to go to the Bucks. And I'm willing to go to, I don't know, I'm trying to throw something out there. I'm willing to go to Miami or the Bucks. if he was to say that, what they're going to do, hey, Miami, we got a player, Deshaun Watson. We had already had conversations. He's still willing to come to you all. Are you interested in dealing? And Chris Greer, like any general manager, what's the asking price? What are we talking about? And the talk start. Some people don't want you to believe that, nor do they want you to entertain that because they don't want to see Tua leave Miami and they don't want that to happen at all costs. That's their business. I'm just going to operate out of common sense. That's all I'm going to do is operate out of common sense. Let me ask y'all a question. Yes or no in the comment section. If the Houston Texans said, all we want is 1 first-round pick, would Chris Greer and Stephen Ross pull the trigger? Yes or no in the comment section. If they said all we want is 1 first-round pick, would they pull the trigger? Would they pull the trigger? That's all I wanted to see. Even some Tuaneers said yes, absolutely. Right? That's all, because I know who Tuaneers and who ain't on here. Even some Tuaneers said absolutely, right? then we don't need to have this discussion no more. All you need to know is there is a price we would be willing to pay, regardless if they're okay with moving forward with Tua or not. As long as there is a price that they're willing to pay, then we're players. Yeah, but that was one first, TD. They're not going to ask that. That ain't the point I was making. The point I'm making is as long as there is a price that you would pay, then you're a player. With the guy who has a no trade clause and can dictate where he goes, or you got to pay him his $42 million this year because you also got to eat the dead cap. And you already know you ain't going to play him. The man has once he clears his legal situation, he has all the cards. He holds all the cards. So is it 100% guaranteed that the Dolphins going to get Deshaun Watson? Not at all. I'm even down to about 25 right now. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with y'all. I'm just asking them to do their due diligence and what's right by the fan base in this organization to make sure they continue to pursue him and try to get him. If you can't, oh well, let's move forward to us, see if he can have that year 3 jump. And if not, we got a game plan, figure out what's the next solution. I just require them to make an attempt, and because that's what's only right. It's that simple. Michael said, I'd give up 4 firsts and 3 seconds for Watson and Tunsil in a heartbeat. Absolutely. That's about where I'm at with it. With both of those guys, that's where I'm at. But again, my point of 1 first-round pick was just to show you everybody knows they would do it. So what is the cutoff price? You see what I mean? 80% of the teams would do it for 1 first-round pick. The problem is 80% of the teams ain't got the money. Only 25% of the teams even have the cap space. Only 25% of the teams have the cap space. That's 8 teams. And only 4 of those teams could get him and still add at least 3 to 4 more players of quality. So the market isn't as big as people want to make it out to look. It's not. It's just not. So all of it's going to come down to where does Watson want to go? And you won't know that until he clears his legal situation and the league office says this is what the suspension is going to be. Then you'll get his short list. And half of them, listen, no, 80% of the short list that you hear is going to be lies. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we already know Miami is one destination that he would like to come. It never had anything to do with Brian Flores. They told people that lie just to try to equate it to why we should stop talking about him, and it just ain't happening. They reach and they try so hard to eliminate Watson out of the narrative. And they use everything that happens in Miami to eliminate him out of the narrative, especially Brian Flores. Oh, Flores gone, and they fired him because how he sabotaged Tua. None of those things were true, ladies and gentlemen. Just straight lies because people want Tua to be the guy so bad. And I love it. I love you want him to be the guy so bad because truth be told, I would love for him to be the guy. I just don't think he can, but hopefully he proves me wrong. I just hope he can. Like we talked about his rookie year. I'm like, yeah, I'm concerned about this. No, bro. Well, I hope he proved me wrong. Oh, he gonna prove you wrong. Watch right away. And right away, he didn't. Second year come, but yeah, bro, that was his first year. This second year, he working on this. He done worked on his body. Look how bulky he done got. Blah, 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 blah. And he done improved in this. And his trainers say his whole house is full of this and that. Just every play, he knows it all. And blah, blah, blah. And some people could argue he digressed in certain areas. Now, here we are, year 3. Now, mind you, this whole time they trying to replace the man, by the way. Let's just keep it 1,000. This whole time they've been trying to replace the man. And now year 3, all of a sudden, You want me to not believe the narrative that they are going to be still pursuing Deshaun Watson. I can't be that delusional. It's not in me. It's not built in my DNA. The Phoenix Tailgate said people forgot Ross wanted Watson all along. The narrative being sold now is Flores gone, Watson gone. Not true. And other teams than the Dolphins has picks, players, and cap for Watson. Andy wants to come. And Andy wants to come, or and he wants to come. I agree. It's that simple. You said it. You hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head. So we'll see this offseason how it all plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Michael said, truth is, we have a lot of talent and cap space on the roster for Tua to continue being our QB and wasting another season with our defense. Yeah, that's the argument. That's the argument. We do have a lot of talent and cap space on the roster for Tua to continue being our QB and wasting another season with our defense. I'm glad you used the word wasting in there. Because no matter what you do, go get Watson, get the best O-line with Watson, nothing's guaranteed. And what people need to understand is no one is searching for a guarantee because it doesn't exist in the NFL. What you're searching for is the highest possibility that you can find. What the Rams did was gave themselves the highest possibility to win a Super Bowl. And just like that, it actually worked. It wasn't guaranteed. It wasn't a guaranteed situation that they would win. That last drive could have proven to be the dagger that lost them the Super Bowl. It's not guaranteed, but what you should always be in pursuit of is the best opportunity. If you go into war with the best opportunity, it's a war every soldier is willing to fight. But if you go into war settling, I mean, look what's happening with the quote unquote war that might be breaking up any moment now. We know who the superior side is, and we know the other side ain't really got a shot when it all's said and done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're going to settle for that, or you going to go get the U.S.? Think of it that way. You going to settle just battling them on your own, knowing what the end result is going to be, or you going to go get the U.S. to back you? That's what it's, put it in those terms. Some of y'all out here with that Ukraine mentality. Some of y'all got that Ukraine brain. Like, we ready for, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, come on, man. At least go get the U.S. and then start clapping. We ready for them. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. We got to stop this mess, man. I take Winston in free agency over Tua. I would too. To be quite honest with you, I would too. I would too. Somebody said Russia is a very poor country. Yeah, but go to war with them. At the end of the day, man, yeah, we got to stop this Ukraine mentality. At the end of the day, at least go secure the services of the U.S. and then talk that talk. Then talk that talk. But some of y'all ain't even got the U.S. services and just talking like, come on, we ready? Pull up. Stop, man. Stop. So, man, that's what it comes down to with the whole quote unquote Watson thing, man. But back to I Am Athlete. The saddest thing that happened in this fan base is the defamation of Brian Flores. The saddest thing that happened in this fan base was the defamation of Brian Flores. Some people don't even know why they don't like Flores, but they don't like him. Can't stand him, hate him. Well, let me stop lying. They know why they don't like him. But I'm sorry, this is like an upbringing thing for me. That's like, I got to call it out. We got grown men now not liking another grown man because what they believe his take is on another grown man. Like, is this what it is now? I want to hear from some people why you don't like Flores. If you're one of those people that don't like Flores, please tell me in the comment section, what is it truly that you don't like about Flores? And please try to not bring Tua's name into it. Because if you do, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. That's like that's simpish behavior to me. I don't do simps. It is what it is. Get mad, and if it got something to do with Tua, I don't want to talk to you. Can you tell me outside of that passive reason why you don't like Brian Flores? Why you didn't like Brian Flores? Didn't fix the offense. I'm glad you're keeping it football. Appreciate it. You didn't like him because he didn't fix the offense. But let's back up for a second. Tell me what coach in the last 20 years fixed the offense. And don't give me no one remote year. Because truth be told, under Brian Flores with Chan Gailey, we had the highest ranked offense that we pretty much had in like 15 years from that point. Some of you may not know that. But at least you kept it football. But we had one of the highest ranked offense under Chan Gailey and Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Flores was the coach, that we had in like 15 years. Go look it up. Some of you don't even know that. And this was during a terrible season. Some of you don't even know that. Inability to build an offensive staff. Okay. Inability. Y'all act like it's easy to bring great staff members for the offense in. And don't give me what Mike McDaniel did. Them guys ain't did nothing in Miami yet. They ain't did nothing in Miami yet, so I don't want to hear nothing Mike McDaniel did. Not a single person on that staff did anything in Miami. Took him 8 weeks to switch out the zone defense. Well, this is where I give him a little, I'm tired of people beating this in my head, but I got to give him credence to it. He had to. I hate the zone. But you had to when Xavier Howard and Byron Jones banged up to start the season. Especially X. That's the second time in his reign under Flores he started the season banged up. This year and last year. Because the same thing happened last year. When you got corners, which are the cornerstone of your defense, banged up like that, you got to run zone to put less wear and tear on them. And I hate it. That's why I'm not the most fondest of X2, because it's injury history. And don't tell me no play calling. Flores wouldn't call in the plays. Flores wouldn't call in the plays. Let me see. He said, honestly, TD, I would have had a champagne celebration if we could have hired Flores as linebacker coach. No cap. Yeah. Let Pittsburgh enjoy him now. Let Pittsburgh enjoy him now. Buffalo Bills, I mean. Well, I don't remember the original comment, so yeah, I don't remember the original comment. We were 22 in yards per game in 2020. You should go back to 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016 and see what we were. Go see what we were then. Then you'll get my point. All right. I'm a Steelers fan now. I ain't no Steelers fan, but big ups to what they did. Not only that, man, He definitely gonna help that defense. He definitely gonna help them be a better unit. And this really was a big move for Flores to stay in the coaching realm, because as Pittsburgh is successful on defense, all it's going to do is get him elevated. I look at him as becoming at a minimum, a head coach or a defensive coordinator next year. Y'all mark my words. This is just a gateway for him to be a head coach or a DC next year, and then back to a head coach when the whole situation is resolved, because part of the resolution is going to be them moving on from it, and he going to get a head coaching job, because he's always been very qualified. And then to show that he's still moving numbers in Pittsburgh, it's just going to be even more qualification. Once all this stuff is over in a year or two, once all this litigation and all these things are concluded in about a year or two, you're going to see he's going to go right back into being a head coach after he get paid. And he finna get paid. Man, he finna get paid. I truly believe it. Flores about to get paid, especially when I found out what I found out today on I Am Athlete. I did not know that he didn't sign the exit agreement. You know, coaches and general managers and stuff like that, when you get cut from the team or fired, you sign like a non-disclosure in order to get the rest of your money. You sign a non-disclosure in order for you to get that check. See, I thought Flores was getting paid anyway. I was like, he finna get that easy $6 million check. He had 2 years left on his contract, a free $6 million. Free $6 million. Flores said, no, I ain't signing that, because I want to be able to talk. And I'm suing the heck out y'all. Oh, that was genius. And he said, well, a lot of people won't enter the class action lawsuit because they're not allowed to talk, because they already signed theirs for years and years and years ago. They got their money. And that's what the NFL does to dangle the fact that you can't talk over your head, is if you want your money, sign this paper. And 99% of the people sign. And that was so smart of him not to sign it. Screw that little $6 million. He might get 10 times that. He might get 10 times that easily when it's all said and done. So I'm shocked, because I thought he was getting paid anyway. But to see that he said, screw that, I don't want that money, keep your $6 million, because they would have cut him a check on the spot. Sign it, hit him your check, bye. He said, I don't want that $6 million. I'm straight. Flores finna go to bank. Just like Ocho Cinco said today on the podcast. He was like, oh, you getting paid. It ain't no lie to it, man. This man at the end of the day, he gonna get paid from this. He gonna get paid from this. As simple as that. Hey, Piggy Bank TV said, you believe everything he said? He liar. He said him and Tua had a good relationship. Please. Well, won't you? So I believe everything he say. He a liar. How you know? How you know? See, this is what a lot of y'all like to do. If the players had to do interviews tomorrow and they asked Tua about it and Tua agreed, yeah, me and Flo, we didn't have an issue. He pushed me. You know, sometimes I went back, and just like he said, all y'all gonna do is come out, oh, he's just being humble. Shut up. Like, stop. How you know he lying? How you know he lying? Because some podcaster or beat writer told you, well, that ain't what I heard. That's why you know he lying? I don't know if the man lying or telling the truth. But what I do know is he finna get paid. That's what I do know. And at the end of the day, it still don't change the fact that the true message in all of this, outside of the racial component, which, you know what, I got to give it up to I Am Athlete. Salute to that podcast, Brandon Marshall in the company. I got to salute to them, because a lot of times people are like, where's the racism? And it's hard to point it out, like articulate it in words, how to say the unsaid. But they did a good job today articulating it. They did a good job showing, I think, a lot of people how it rears its ugly head. And if you hadn't watched the podcast, you should go see it because it does a very good job showing how it rears its ugly head. And Omar was on there playing fences, it looked like, but he did a good job, in my opinion. At least Omar was honest about his stance on the whole thing. Omar even said, basically, Omar knows that they wanted to tank. He knows that the intention of the season was to tank. He knows that the intention of the season was to tank. Okay? And Flores said, I would have never did it. And Omar said, yeah, but that cost you Burrow. And the integrity of the game is more important than another player. Omar kept arguing, but this is common knowledge in the NFL. Teams tank for the guy they want. And they named a few. And Flores said it straight out. That's unfair to the players in the locker room. That's unfair to the staff. And Brandon Marshall and Ocho, both of them backed it up. Nah, I ain't tanking. Nope. Players don't want to tank. And of course players don't want to. There's a moral dilemma there. When you tank, you're messing up people's money in the organization. You're messing up their stats, their ability for a Hall of Fame, all type of stuff. When you're trying not to win, that means your players aren't putting up winning numbers either. You're impacting everybody's career, whether you want to see it that way or not. And to be quite honest, it is an ethical issue. It's a moral issue. It's an untalked about thing that happens, but does that make it right? And a matter of fact, let me say this. Let me say this. I got to take a stance right here, right now, because there was a part of me the whole time that was like, it is what it is. If you got to do it, do it. But don't get mad at him if he don't want to. But if he would have did it, hey, that's good. I got to stop right there. I got to chastise myself. No, it's not good. It's trash. It's sorry. It's lazy. And I want to say some other words, but that brings me back to how I used to be back in life. It's basically, without saying the words, it's the softest, pious thing, sweetest thing that you can do is want to tank. You know why? Real men want to earn what they get. Real men want to go out there and fight to be great regardless. Real men that like, forget this tanking, let's go out here and win. But instead, you want to cheat to win. You sorry. You sorry. You straight up sorry. And I'm going to call it how it is right here, right now. I already know I'm going to lose subscribers for it. But if you down for that mess, you sorry. You the type of person that always want to take the easy route. You want to take the easy route. You know why you want to take the easy route? Because you ain't never won nothing in your life. You ain't never won nothing in your life. You ain't never earned nothing in your life. You ain't never been proud of nothing that you worked hard for in your life. It's trash, to be quite honest with you. Well, they tanked for Burrow. They tanked for Trevor, and they soft. They scared to run up on a real man and get it done the hard way. Mano y mano. Build your team, owner. If you good at it, you shouldn't have to tank to get it done. Build your team. General manager, stop taking the easy road out. Bring in the right talent. That's your job. Head coach, stop taking the easy way out. Coach those boys up to be winners. Oh, but that's too much work. That's too much work, ain't it? Tell me I'm lying. That's too much work, huh? That's too much work. Yeah. We want the easy way. We want the easy way. Did the Patriots tank for Brady? Talk to me now. Did Seattle tank for Russell Wilson? Did Dallas tank for freaking Dak Prescott? Don't tell me they ain't out there to be found. You just lazy. The truth is, if you can't get it done, then you need to be replaced. So if you got a tank instead of holding Chris Greer accountable for getting it right, that's what it comes down to. Instead of holding Chris Greer accountable for not getting the picks right, you want to tank? And then to add insult to injury, forget Burrow. He got it wrong again with the quote-unquote attempted tank. You could have got Justin Herbert. Think about that, y'all. Even with Flores not tanking, right? You still blew the church's money. You picked Tua over Herbert. So you rather go the illegal route, the route that compromises the integrity of the league, that hurts players, that compromises everybody in the organization, instead of making the right selection, or saying, since you're not making the right selection, you're fired. Get me somebody who can until you strike out. That's what it comes down to. All these people, yeah, but we could have had Burrow. Lazy, scared, soft. Man up and have expectations. Accountability. Where's the accountability, Miami? Where are my Dolphin fans that's saying, God dog, Chris Greer, why haven't you found our franchise quarterback yet? God dog, Chris Greer, I'll give you if somebody picked him ahead of us, but Herbert was right there. And we're not going to act like Herbert is the only one selected in the last few years after Tua that look better than him right now. I'm going to leave that alone. Don't know why we reached for a dude coming off a big injury and who didn't have a pro day. All those questions need to be answered. Somebody said 5-11 is not tanking. Exactly, because Flores wouldn't tank. First of all, there's multiple components to tanking. Component number one, strip the team of all its talent. Did they do that? Sure did. For the tanking season. Sure did. Next component, make sure the coach understands that we're just in an evaluation period. We are not trying to win. Did they do that? Sure did. Step 3, make sure the coach is on board with that. Did we do that? Sure didn't. We did not successfully tank. That's why we were 5-11. Because the coach wasn't on board with it. But this notion that Flores should have been on board with it, that's sad. That's sad. And now it's so funny, though, because when you look back 3 years ago, it's all the revelation is coming forward now. That's why I always say y'all time will tell. I kept saying, y'all, we're not tanking. We're actually trying to win games. You can watch the game. No, TD, you just don't know. We're tanking. I guess we both were right. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we don't have to argue about something. We were all right in the same sense. The organization was definitely tanking, and the organization definitely wasn't tanking because they wanted to, but they wouldn't. Front office wanted to, and y'all know who I'm talking about. Coach didn't. Coach said every game we go out here to, and you heard what Brandon Marshall said on the podcast. He said, you know, I played there, so I know some people in the building and players and people in the office. And something that somebody told me was that back in 2019, when they were supposedly tanking, that you came to work every day trying to win. And that gained a lot of respect. That gained him a lot of respect with everybody in that building, except, you know, the cohorts who didn't want to win. Shame on them. Shame on them. I don't think any of us are arguing whether or not we were tanking. Does anybody think we weren't, that Ross and them wasn't trying to tank? We can disagree about the $100,000 and all of those allegations all we want. We could disagree with that all we want. But is there a disagreement on the fact that Ross and Grier wanted to tank? Is there a disagreement? Were we tanking or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Were we trying to tank or not? Between Ross and Grier, were they trying to tank? Yes or no? Herbert better than Joe. Were they trying to tank? Yes or no? Grier and Ross. Flores claiming he didn't know is BS. What did he claim he didn't know? What did he claim he didn't know? He didn't claim he didn't know they were trying to tank. The man say he was offered money to do it. So how would he claim he didn't know? Help me understand. They wanted Burrow. Yeah, but remember, tank for two. Tank for two. That's why I told y'all it was never Tua to begin with. This is exactly why I told y'all it was never Tua to begin with. Tank for Tua. No, they were trying to move up for Joe Burrow. But anywho, we all can agree that they wanted to tank. But none of us take the time to sit back and say, why did we have to? Where did we get to the point to where we have to tank to get a player? What's going on in it? Where is the failure in this organization to where we have to result in tanking? Think about it. Like, have any of y'all stopped to think about that for a second? You just want to look at the surface and find somebody to blame and beat up on. But where did we get to the point to where what has failed us in this organization that has resulted us in wanting to tank? See, but we're not out here talking to whatever that answer is for you. We're not out here talking about that, are we? We're not. We don't care about that, do we? We love finding our enemy and piling on them and jumping on them when you won't even evaluate this team the right way. Who's responsible for the fact that we have to result in tanking in the first place? That's what we should be talking about. That's where the accountability is supposed to lie. That's who we're supposed to be criticizing. But we want to jump on a coach because he didn't decide to do something that is unethical and immoral and be a pie, soft. So many words I want to use. Because he didn't want to fold and go the easy route, the indirect cheating route. It's the saddest thing ever. Yeah, but we could have had Burrow. How about making decisions where you didn't need Burrow? How about all of those decisions that were missed? The ones that would have equated in not even needing Burrow. You think we would have been talking about Joe Burrow had we selected Herbert? No. Because he missed again. He screwed up again. Even after they selected Tua, that was another screw up. But we won't dare point a finger where it's really supposed to be pointed. Go along, get along. Yeah, but they're my Dolphins. They're not going to go anywhere, so I got to support who's here, and Ross and Grier is here, so who's not? Flores, get him! Like, for real? Was Flores perfect? No. Does he have flaws that's worth criticism? Absolutely. Right? Like any coach, just about. But he's not exempt from any criticism, and people, maybe not the biggest fan of him or whatever it may be. But look at what's really happening, though. This is a pile on. This is a pile on of trying to hate on the man for the sake of bad decisions that are being made. It's like a toxic relationship. You love being abused by your abuser and make every excuse for him. And anybody that come, it's like your best friend saying, hey man, he's cheating on you. And you cut your friend off. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But this is what's happening. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a shame what's going on. And I don't hear nobody out here holding Chris Grier and Stephen Ross accountable for the countless bad decisions they made. I mean, I want y'all to think about that draft. I want y'all to think about all the players that were available at 5. Herbert. I want you to think about everybody who was available at 19 and wherever we got Austin Jackson at. Think about everybody that was available. Some of the old linemen in that draft are killing Austin Jackson right now, blowing him out the water. Noah Igbenogany, when you had Jonathan Taylor. But it's okay. It's okay. We don't care about all our misses. Lamar basically second rounder, Taylor and Metcalf second rounders. Yeah. 3 first round picks, y'all. And look at the players that were available. But there ain't no accountability for that, but we could jump on Flores. We could jump on Flores. Flo wanted Igbenogany. Yeah, but look how Flo treated Igbenogany. I went to the practices in the summer. Look how Flo was all in Igbenogany's face, yelling at him and everything. I reported that this summer. Flo was all in Igbenogany's face, yelling at him and all. Hard on the kid. So let's just say he did want him. That means he believed in him and he was trying to coach him up. All in his face, yelling at him. Looked like you were cursing him out and everything. But how dare he do something like that to Tua? Ooh. 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 Kills me, man. Flo said he didn't need a stud running back. Flo is why we don't have Taylor. Flo ain't why you ain't have Taylor. Let me tell you why Flo is why you ain't have Taylor. The man got fired because of some of the decisions he wanted to make, but Grier said, no, this is the one we gonna make. And it wasn't a healthy relationship. That's also a part of the reason. Chris Grier got final say. That's his job. That's his job. It don't matter what Flo wanted. If Chris Grier is the guy that's supposed to be picking the players, then he need to do his job. Oh, y'all trying to misplace responsibility. Whose job is it to bring the players in? Put it in the comment section. Whose job is it to bring the players in? Because if that's Flores, then what job does Chris Grier got? What job does he have? Y'all keep on misplacing responsibilities. Well, Flores said he didn't want to run him back. No, they all agreed they could try to do it by committee. And they needed to attack other areas, but don't try to put that on one man so it can write the narrative that he's the problem. At the end of the day, you blame the person who has the final say. If your offensive coordinator calling a trash game, who y'all blaming? Flores never could bring in an offensive staff. He can never bring in an offensive this and that. Who you blame at the end of the day? the coach. So when it comes to picking players, I don't care if Flores was making bad decisions. Whose responsibility is it? Whose job is tied in their description to it? Chris Greer. He's the ultimate decision. It's that simple. These people tell you one thing in a tweet and y'all run with it, believe in it. All these lies out here is toxic, man. It's a weapon. It's easy to manipulate people now. It's easy to manipulate people. Easy. And it's becoming easier and easier. And it's sad. But on to what we do have, Tua Tagovailoa. So he puts out his workout video today. Y'all saw that? Did y'all see the workout video? Let me know in the comment section if you saw it. Let me know in the comment section if you saw it. Woo, boy, don't he look like Tom Brady? Ooh, don't he look like Patrick Mahomes? Man, Tua looking sharp. Did y'all see him today? Ooh. Y'all ain't see Tua today? Oh my gosh, I don't know what y'all doing. Y'all are missing out, man. The boy looks sharp, man. It looked like we going to the Super Bowl. I will say that. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Oh my gosh, that boy looks sharp today. I got y'all. Some of y'all say y'all ain't see it. I got you. Y'all know me. I be trolling them on Twitter. Are you sarcastic, TD? I'm very facetious. All right. I don't want you to use the word sarcastic. I want you to use the word facetious. Okay. I'm more facetious than sarcastic. Oh man. All right, here we go, man. All right. So y'all know me. I'll be trolling them on Twitter, right? So I posted this today. Well, let me show you the original one first. Oh, I gotta pull this up for y'all. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Ooh, QB1. QB1. Ooh, that boy ripping them up. Y'all see him. Uh-oh. Hip. Throw. Bullet. Ooh, that's that Brady stuff. Y'all see it. Oh, my gosh. That's my quarterback, baby. That's my quarterback, baby. And y'all know, man, I can't leave without trolling them. So I wrote this today. I said, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially entered hype video season. Last year got us good. I don't know why I put up. Last year got us good. This year is set to be even better. I already see the Brady in QB1. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow over here is showing you how it's done. And Burrow put that out some time back. Don't have a workout and go post it on Instagram. Work in silence. Joe Burrow on what advice he'd give to young athletes today. Well, is Burrow gonna forever be stunting on this man? I never understood that. You go do some leg drills or show 3 throws in a whole day and post it on Instagram. Let me tell y'all something. You know what my biggest fear is with Tua Tagovailoa? And it was for a while now. I didn't have this fear until after year 1, but I started to see it. He's too commercial. He's too commercial. Now, I ain't hating on the man money. Go get your money. Be commercial. Let's get that straight now. Go get your cash, young fella. I'll never root against that. Go get your money. But as my quarterback, football team, your success, everything is commercial. Everything that looks good got to be posted to show people only one side of things. Write this narrative. Y'all saw it last year. Oh, look at him working out. Look at his body bigger. Look at those passes. He out there throwing dimes. Did it equate in the regular season? He finally left the golf course to do a little throwing. I don't even look at it like that because somebody said, but people say all he do is go to the golf course. No, every player in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, are putting in work. Let's make sure we're clear on this. Every player in the NFL is putting in work. Let's stop making this about, see, he don't just go to the golf course. Look at him putting in work. Stop. Every player in the NFL puts in work. The difference is how much work. I'm not there with Tua every day. I don't see Tua every day. But what if he does a 1-hour workout like that every day, Monday through Sunday, and that's it? Is that putting in work to the definition of what you like it to be? You see what I'm saying? Everybody puts in work. The real conversation is how much. But truth be told, you'll never know. You'll never know. Some of your greats, the greatest of all time, have told their stories. I feel like I'm great because I sacrifice what others wouldn't. There's guys that just come to practice or guys that do an hour workout every day. But I ended up being great because I got up at 5 a.m. every morning running sand for 2 hours. After that, go eat breakfast. And then right after breakfast, I'm sitting there putting in work in the weight room. After the weight room, now I'm getting my reps in, whether it's throwing, whether it's technique, whether it's blah, blah, blah. I put in 10, 12-hour days every day. 4 hours of watching film. Meeting with my receivers at 3 o'clock every day at this park. Whatever. Like truly making this a year-round thing and putting in the work. And I don't know how much Tua works. But it kills me when I see so many people they look at a 16-second clip and justify that as putting in work. He's with his personal trainer, by the way, doing his session that he's going to do like every athlete. Every athlete, almost every athlete, has a personal trainer, and they have an hour, 2 hours, whatever they agree with the trainer, they work. I don't know how much work he putting in, so I'm not criticizing the work he put in. I'm glad to see him working. But ladies and gentlemen, what I need y'all to understand is that is the basic minimum expectation. I want to see, like if you're going to show me something, show me the day in a life. Show me that waking up, cracking that raw egg, drinking it like all of them want to act like they're doing like Rocky, right? I'm just for entertainment purposes, right? Show me that you're up early, getting the run in. Show me that right after your breakfast, you're watching the film. Show me that at 10 o'clock, you're doing the 2-hour session with your trainer. Show me at the lunch, say at 2 o'clock, that you're getting your throws in with your receivers. Show me at 4 o'clock that you're winding down, just watching more film. And you go enjoy your family. But show me a full day's work. Don't show me no 16-second clip. And once again, I'm not sure if he's doing that or not. He might be doing 20-hour days. I don't know. But y'all got to stop with this. Look at how good he looks in this clip and all this and that. You want to know who putting in work without saying it? Joe Burrow. Without saying that he putting in work. When you say things like, don't go do a workout and go put it on social media. Work in silence. Because I want you to really think about that. Putting it out on social media, it ain't nothing but an attention grab. Now, to be fair to Tua, I'm not saying it's him. It could just be perform, his trainer. And you got a trainer who ain't worth nothing, by the way, because it don't look like nothing he doing is working. I'm just keeping it a buck. They say the hip is better, but then they say maybe the hip ain't better, and that's why he's struggling. I mean, I'm just keeping it 1,000. You can look at it however you want to. And maybe it's just the trainer trying to get his little 5 minutes of clout while he's training Tua. Maybe that's what it is. And if I was Tua, I'd be like, nah, you can't post no videos of me. Do your job. Let's get me physically ready for the year and help me become physically ready for whatever my coach throws at me. And that's it. Do your job. But this trainer, I think the part of his issue with the media is his trainer. Always got something to say. You the freaking trainer. Shut up. You ain't, what are you acting like the agent? You acting like the agent. You're not the agent. You're the trainer. Trainer always got something to say. Trainer always clipping his stuff. And be straight up wrong. And some would argue he need a new trainer. That's what Ross should have been on that boat doing. Hey, Flores, Tom is going to come through. No. He's not going to play for us. He's just going to tell us about TB12. We're trying to help Tua. You know what they do. That's what he should have been on the boat saying. Lord. But that's real talk, man. I want Tua, listen, man, let me make this clear. I want Tua to keep his head down and grind this year. Like, know your flaws and work on nothing but them. 5-yard out. Like treat it like basketball. You know how Kobe and them used to be like, I used to get up 1,000, 2,000 shots, whatever, right? Get that arm, go out there on that field, find you some college or whatever receivers, and 5-yard out route. Let me throw it on the outside when my guy's being led so he can get yak all year. In route, coming across the middle. Let me throw it in stride. Just keep working on them throws. The 10-yard throw. Just the anticipation throws. Like, let me say this. This is where Tua can excel this year. Tua can be the same skill level player, but if he just improves in this one area, he could make a lot of y'all feel proud of him, even me. He still wouldn't be a great quarterback, but he can definitely make us all proud and be like, we can continue with this. At least. If he could just be as efficient as he is with completion percentage, with ball placement, y'all don't understand. That was 2 more wins this year. Ball placement alone, in my opinion, equated to 2 more wins this year. Because you know how many third downs that we caught and still had to punt it because of where it was placed? Guy had to leave his feet to catch it. Guy had to turn around to catch it and try to reestablish to go run and got tackled. Ball placement alone would be the smart way to go with Tua Tagovailoa in his next level of progression. If he could tackle ball placement, and I'm talking about become like an 80% ball placement guy, like your ball placement is on point 80% of the time. And let me tell y'all, that's unrealistic. Brady probably got 70% ball placement. And he's great at ball placement. Brady's probably a 70%er. So I know I'm saying 80 for Tua, but let's just say 70. If he can have a really high ball placement percentage, because in this West Coast offense, it's still dink and dunk. Let's get that straight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you'll take some shots here and there, but it is still dink and dunk. But that dink and dunk requires the right ball placement so that yards after the catch could be insane. I think this team would have broke a record this year had his ball placement been on point with as many opportunities as we had to run after the catch. Focus on your ball placement, and I promise you, even your biggest doubters, even though they still ain't gonna believe in your long-term future, they'll at least say, I mean, I saw improvement. Everything. I saw things clicking. I still want the deep ball. It's still gonna come out. The criticism's still gonna be there. But I'm telling y'all, that one thing, if he fixes, can buy him 2 more years. It can't. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. What is this dude talking about? Tua has excellent ball placement. I ain't nobody talking about no completion percentage, man. Once again, you either want this man to truly be better or you don't. Somebody said accuracy. Yeah, but again, we got to make sure we understand what accuracy is. Not just completion percentage. Because if it was the same thing, then it would have the same name. You can't ball placement and say nothing about drops. I'm not sure what you mean, Ray. Rewrite it and explain what you're saying so I can better respond to it. But it's in regards to ball placement, a lot of the drops are because of his poor ball placement. You got guys hyperextending backwards, dropping it, trying to make crazy plays. It's ridiculous, man. I've seen Parker make some plays this year, catching it over his head, rolling down on slants. He caught it, but gosh, it's unrealistic to even ask your guy to catch some of those. Simple. Sorry, folks. TD is average. I guess you're talking about me saying TD is average. I'm sure that would make you below average then. Yeah, let me tell you something. None of my haters are doing better than me. None of your haters are doing better than you either. That's how it works. I don't know anybody who has haters that are doing better than them. It just doesn't work in the science. It doesn't work in the science because people who are doing better than others, they don't look down on people. They don't talk down on people like that. So for my haters that always have something to say, that's why it doesn't bother me, because none of my haters are doing better than me in no aspect of life. Period. Purr. All right, TD, you the best. Salute to you, Roland. See, Roland might be doing better than me because it's all love, man. It's typical. Your haters are the ones that's jabbing at you because they mad. They ain't you. You got to be a gymnast to catch Tua's ball. Y'all need to stop. Oh man, TD appears logical. Haters keep reading, believing social media. I don't blame them though. I mean, at the end of the day, life is so busy where everybody don't have time to go do their own research, so they rely on people like me or wherever they get their information. So it's not their fault. It's the fault of the people who are responsible to deliver them non-biased, objective commentary. Not tell them what they want to hear and not just make them happy all the time, but tell them the truth. People have that, but when you do what I do and others, you have a responsibility to be non-biased, and so that the people that you're informing, they can look at it multiple ways. They don't have to, it's dangerous though, because this game over here, this is YouTube, blogging, writing, articles, broadcasting, and all of that. It's easy to corrupt yourself, and 80% of the whole industry is corrupt, because at the end of the day, people start to say the dollar is all that matters. That's why it kills me when people be like, TD only talk about Tua for clicks. They don't realize I lose subscribers and I lose money telling the truth about Tua Tagovailoa. They don't understand that. I can go with this love fest of Tua right now and be gaining subs, getting cash, all that easy. Y'all, I keep telling y'all this story. I tell you no lie, and I wasn't even doing it intentionally. Training camp. Y'all know I had just came off of my big high of, oh my gosh, Tua, oh man, like just bashing them, losing all kind of subs, right? I go to training camp. I report on Tua, and I mind you, they in the zone. I'm like, ooh, Tua looking like a franchise quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, in less than a week, I added like 600 subscribers. 600 subscribers in less than a week. The monetary stuff was up like crazy, all kind of stuff. I'm like, I see why people around here telling everybody what they want to hear or writing about stuff that benefits or gives Tua the utmost hope. But I'm sorry. It just, I just start itching. I was like, I can't do it. I just got to tell the truth. It is what it is. Because the way I look at it is when it's all said and done, I look at it two ways for me. I'm a benefit regardless, and here's why. Even though it's not as much as I could if I was lying, but because the truth is going to come out eventually. The truth is going to be what it is. And let's say that Tua does improve and becomes great, right? What people don't realize is people are going to respect me even more because I'm going to call it what it is. Tua is playing great football now. He is one of the top 10, hopefully, right? He is one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. This guy is balling. And at the end of the day, now we just need to look for consistency and let a year or two pass so you see consistency. Man, our initial assessment was so wrong. Now, he wasn't good at first, but this kid has definitely come on. But let me show you the war that they're going to try to engage in. Was Josh Allen trash his first year? Was Josh Allen trash his second year? Yes to both, right? In year 3, he just came on. Wow, look at Josh Allen, right? But if you're fair and honest, you could say he was trash his first 2 years and then he came on in year 3. But what's going to happen with Tua is if he ever comes on, like say this year in year 3 he comes on. I told you he was great. That doesn't change the fact that he wasn't year 1 and year 2. But they'll swear up and down, he's always been great. It's just always been whatever's been around him and all of that stuff. So that's the difference. I'm going to call it how it is at this very moment. And it does not embarrass me nor change my thought process if he starts to play amazing football, because I'm going to call that out and I'm going to say that. And I'm going to analyze him the same way. That's what you're supposed to be looking for. Not somebody that's, because I got killed when I first started the channel because I believed in everything. Tannehill, this, that, we're going to the Super Bowl, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this guy's too unrealistic, man. I'm unsubscribing. Okay. And Tannehill did teach me a lesson, I will admit. And I learned that lesson and I said, you know what? It's time to be objective about everything this team does, because this ain't the type of organization that you could be optimistic and they could prove you right. So it's time to dive in and see what they're actually doing wrong and really evaluate this team. And that's what I've been doing for 3 years, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, in the last 365 days, it has made me one of the more negative analysts out here. But what have we done positive? So when you're always keeping it 100, all we've done is negative things in the last 365. Decisions, play on the field, players. And I just got to give you what it is. TD, why don't you be more positive? No, leave me alone. Tell your team to be more positive so I can be. I got to give you the truth. I got to give you the raw truth. And it's not the most popular thing. I get that, but I'll never compromise that. I've sacrificed a lot on this channel just by saying I'll never compromise that. You know how they say, well, Flores need to play better in the Shark Tank. You know, he need to be better relationships. I'm just like Flores. I'm going to give you the truth. It is what it is. Many people have fired me, unsubscribed. They fired me. It's okay. But I'm still going to be me at the end of the day. That's why all those who rock with me, salute to y'all. All the new subscribers, I can only be me. It may be rough sometimes, but when we see our glory days, you're going to see me express that. If you want to see what that looks like, just go back to when I was being fake 3 years ago. And I wasn't even being fake. I was being a fan. But now I realize that's fake, man. You were acting just to feel better for yourself, for something you love, which is true. And many of us are guilty of it if we want to be honest. We're faking like we love everything we do just because the love you have for the team. Sad. Every move we make is the best move that any team could have made. That's what we do. But we gotta be honest with ourselves, man. Miami Heat never tanked after LeBron, and look what we built. We got what we earned. I would agree with that. That's the stuff I respect. TD is blind to these comments. LOL. I saw that one. Tua and any QB would look bad with bad coaching. Excuse me. He will be very good with this great coach. If not, I'll say I'm wrong, and then no one can fix him. Now, that's not true. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, Ian Baller. You're about to help me teach people a lesson. Thank you for saying that. Let's break down what Ian Baller just put on the screen. And I want y'all to think about this. Like, be fair with yourself and everybody. Think about what he said. Tua and any QB would look bad with bad coaching. How do we know that? Have we never seen bad coaches get carried by players? Not saying you're wrong, but how do we truly know that? Now, does bad coaching hurt? Yeah, absolutely it does. So your statement is correct, but we can't generalize that to everybody and everything. And I'm going to prove that further with the rest of what you said. He will be very good with this great coaching. That's where it's so unfair to say that. He will be very good with this great coaching. Number one, how do you know this coaching will be great? How does anybody know this coaching will be great? And also, you also set up Tua to be treated unfairly by saying that if these coaches can't help him, then it's him. That may not necessarily be true too, because it could have been Flores' bad staff, and Mike McDaniel could end up bad too. You don't know. You don't know. You really don't know. We're out here pointing fingers and stuff when we have no evidential proof. First off, we make the assumption that Mike McDaniel will be a good coach. We don't know that. We're sitting here building off of the high right now. I'm not saying he won't. I believe in him. But it doesn't mean anything until you start winning or losing games. You see the assumptions we automatically make? And then if this coaching staff can't help Tua, then it's him. How you know that? This is about to be the fourth system in 3 years for this kid. We don't know that. I personally feel like Tua would be great in a pro-style offense if you just put him in it for 2 years and let him struggle, and then he'll get it. But I don't know that. But this is so there's so many different ways you could look at it. But we don't know. That's why it's unfair. I was always say most QBs, but not enough characters. Okay, I got you. But I'm glad you put that anyway, because that is some people's thought process, bro. And that's where y'all got to stop that. That's why I don't commentate that way. We don't know. That's why. What's my favorite saying? What's my famous saying on this show? What is my famous saying on this show? Just one person give it to me. This is what people need to start living by. Come on, somebody give it to me in the comment section. Time will tell. But we make so many assumptions, but we make them factual. Like what was said in that statement. Tua will, with this great coaching staff or good coaching staff, a whole bunch of things that we truly don't know, but we automatically make it a fact ahead of time. He will be very good with this great coach. That's unfair to Tua and the coach. If not, I'll say I'm wrong, and then no one can fix him. That's unfair to yourself and him. That's why I tell people, let's stop making these conclusions and be fair. Evaluate it. This is all people should be talking about right now. Well, we got Mike McDaniel. He's a new coach. I love his energy. I love his football philosophy. Let's see if it works. Oh, you hating on Josh McDaniel. What did I say that was just hating? You talk about let's see if it works like it won't. We don't know. Why are you getting mad at me? That's what people are doing. They change your words and everything to make you more negative. We should all be sitting back in observance right now. You brought in Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison. I wonder if they could develop Noah. Let's see. That's the thought. That's the mindset we're supposed to be in. But we always get hoodwinked, switch and bait. All these moves make us think like we about to be Super Bowl contenders again. Oh my gosh, Tua about to have the best season ever. Like they should have, like the Dolphins should have conditioned you to be way more humble at this point. The Dolphins themselves, the things that they've done in the last 20 years should have every fan like, okay, I kind of like the move, but let's see what it turns out to be whenever it's all said and done. I want to see what players we bring in free agency. I want to see if this O-line coach can make a change with these young players. I want to see if this tight end coach can actually get people to block here and these receivers to block. Is Wes Welker? Let's see what he can do with this unit. But we automatically giving everybody the golden key. Welker here, our receiver's about to be legit. Madison and Surtain here. Oh, we're going to have the best corners ever. Oh, my gosh. You see the tight end coach? Oh, man, we're about to be eating. Everything is a guarantee. Why do people think that way? And then if you go get the best receivers in free agency to go with Waddle, like have three superior ones. Oh, look at what Wes Welker did with the unit. You just went and got three of the best. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? This is the stuff you don't know, man. You got to let time play itself out, longevity and consistency, see what it looks like. I get chastised for thinking this way, but I'm protecting myself. And the sad part is if the team lets you down later, you don't get mad at the team for letting you down. You get more mad at me. You get more mad at TD. And you know what you're really mad at? You're not really mad at me. You're mad that you didn't get to prove me wrong. But you're not proven right yet either, TD, because time is still more time. Yeah, you're right. But I ain't the one over here saying this is what it is. Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. So my last final thoughts on this, man, I'm going to give y'all a quick breakdown of this team right now in what we've done. This is how I feel about our team right now, coaches and everything. We are behind the growth of last year. I personally feel like we got better as a coaching staff. Let me put it like this. If Flores' coaching staff was at a 5, And I kind of put it at a 5 to a 5.5. That's what I would say Coach Brian Flores' coaching staff is. On paper, Mike McDaniel coaching staff is about a 6.5 on paper. And I think that as they show us in the year, they could be way better than that. But on paper, they're a 6.5. Flores was like a 5, and we've already got better in the coaching staff. That's all I'm trying to say to y'all, whether you agree with the scores or not. But we have gotten way worse from a personnel standpoint. Team, the players. What do you mean, TD? Y'all don't understand what we don't have under contract. The only running back you have under contracts is Myles Gaskins. Everybody think because you got a draft pick, you're going to guarantee the best running back, and they still got to turn out to be good. You think because you got money in free agency, you can go buy the best running back. They got to want to come here. And if you watch that podcast today, I Am Athlete, they basically made it clear nobody wants to go to Miami. I played there. They just making it worse. The more we're in the national spotlight, they make it worse. We ain't got a running back under contract. We don't know where a single player, maybe one, on our O-line is going to be next year. Honestly, we don't know a single one. We don't know if Hunt will get kicked to right tackle or he'll stay at right guard. That's the only one that we could be like, yeah, that's what's going to happen. We don't know of a single lineman. We don't know of a single lineman. See, somebody said, no, that's wrong. Running back is the easiest position to draft on the field. Y'all see what I'm talking about? You got to listen. I also said, and whoever you draft, they have to even be good or turn out to be good. You don't know what you're getting in the draft. Another question mark. That's all I'm trying to show you the point on this team, all the question marks. Every draft pick you have is a question mark until they produce. Free agents aren't as much of question marks if you're getting a great one, but how can you even attract them? But let me keep going. So running back, you don't know what you're going to do. O-line, we don't have no idea who's going to be where, and then they got to learn how to gel. With a new scheme, by the way, because we didn't do any zone blocking. We were the least zone blocking team in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. And now we got to start learning zone blocking. Let's get that straight. Whole new thing. Wide receivers, we got Waddle and Parker under contract. That's it. Half of y'all don't want Parker, but that's it. Quarterback, again, can he take another step? A whole new system, whole new playbook? Maybe. Let's be optimistic and say, yeah. You see what I'm saying? But they're questions. Tight end, Gesicki ain't even under contract. Your whole offense ain't under contract or question marks. Whether they were good or not last year, at least we knew. You see what I'm saying? So then you go on the defensive side of the ball. Edge rusher. Ogbah, what you going to do? Linebackers, most people arguing now, we need one. No, we need two. Legit guys. And from a depth chart standpoint, you're short 4 of them. Cornerbacks, is X going to have contract issues again? Are they trading them? Is it Noah's time to step up? Are they don't even have Needham or Coleman under contract? We don't know. Safety, Eric Rowe. We don't know what they're going to decide on that. But that's maybe a unit that's okay. We should be fine. But we got more questions now. We ain't even got a punter. Gosh. Yeah, you're right. We ain't even got a punter under contract. So my analysis of this team right now is I'm glad we upgraded at the coaching position. But I want to see how they navigate this free agency. And I want to see the decisions they make and what they do. Because to make us a contender, there's a lot we have to do. There's a lot we have to do. All right. So I got faith in my team though, because I love my team. So I'm looking for this to be a good free agency to start out. I'm excited about it. Go get some guys that's gonna make a difference on this team. I'm really invested in making sure that they get 2 pieces on that O-line at a minimum to help fix the O-line. I'm talking about 2 legitimate pieces. Don't tell me you bringing in some middle of the road guy, because it ain't no difference to me. Middle of the road guys get beat too. And if we're going to help Tua be successful, let's get him the best of the best. It's that simple. But that's my take, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Make sure that you hit that like button on your way out of here. We will see y'all tonight. We got Mike on the mic this evening. I might even go live again. Just depends. But thank y'all for coming through. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate your continued support, especially to all the members of the channel. Thank you so much. We love y'all. Fins up, no matter what. I'm always tell y'all the truth, whether you like it or not. Peace. I am out.